Older water heater. The water heater is older. It's about 15 years old.
Uh-huh.
So definitely an older water heater. Um, there's some things on it where panels are loose. The electrical connection panels are loose. I definitely have a plumber take a look at the water heater just to make sure. You might get some more life out of it, but
It's
typically it's
at the
old.
end.
Yeah, that's typically the end. Um, you want to walk around?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Most of the exterior stuff, like the wood trims around the windows, just see peeling paint. Really nothing. This is about the most extensive stuff that I saw as far as damage. There's some of that damage, but most of it was peeling paint. At the eaves of the roof, there's some stains on the inside, which is typically when you see stains on the inside is an indication of leakage from the roof. It means it's gotten underneath and leaks down here. And then when we get down here, I'll show you there's some spots. These are the penetrations from the solar panels. So when the nails went through, that one's got some seal on it, but there's some other ones down here that don't. Like here, and they've gone through. And these things have gone through. So that's just a concern for possible leakage.
Okay.
Outlet right here. Put on a light switch, but I'm not 100%. So this I would recommend maybe changing and putting a light fixture.
Okay.
All right. All the windows operated. I didn't have any issues with the windows on this side, but over here, where the bedrooms are, the issue is that you need to have a certain width by fire egress standards.
Safety, for
fire
safety.
egress,
Yeah.
so that you can get out
Mm-hmm.
or firemen can get in.
You think they're too
They're
narrow?
too close, yeah.
Close?
They're supposed to be like 20 inches, so that'd be like from here to here. So
Okay.
if you had a different window, maybe a vertical hung window, that would be fine. It would work.
Okay.
A little bit of, weathering, maybe moisture damage here, but not a whole lot of stuff on the outside, exterior. I don't get involved with the TV antennas, but I do look like for attachment damage and things like that, and pest intrusion. So you got a little nest there. Okay, so this is a newer panel, newer main electric panel. I have to double check the date. 2021 was when this was manufactured and installed. So newer panel, newer breakers. There are a couple of breakers in here that do have, which I believe are these two. These two have the wiring that's to them is it's like braided Romex. It's cloth, so it's cloth material. So that's indications of older original wires, and they're both tin copper. They're not regular copper. They're tin copper. So that's like original wire with the house. The rest of the stuff is all newer. It's all newer Romex. So these right here, there was a few outlets in the house that were not grounded. So I'll try to mark those as best I can, but I'd have an electrician check most of the outlets in the bedrooms. Check those and make sure, because that's probably it's an indication that it's using the old wiring, not new stuff.
And what can they do when they check it?
More than likely what they're gonna have to do is replace it.
The outlets?
Well, not the outlets, the
wiring?
Yeah, the wiring, because it's old, non-grounded. It's all
Non-grounded.
the outlets that I tested that showed up as non-grounded. So that's usually because there's only 2 wires to all those outlets and not 3. You may have to get, they may have to get that wiring replaced. Let's see. The AC is working. It's actually what they have is a heat pump system.
Heat pump.
Yeah, heat pump. So you have a fan, you know, fan coil inside the house. It's a fan and a coil. That's operating. That's electric. This, I have to look at the serial number, but it's a newer system because it uses R410A refrigerant, which is a newer system. The only really big issue is just the way that this is set up. This unit is sitting on the eaves of the roof, and the fascia boards are technically not structural members. It doesn't, I mean, they tie into the rafter tails, but this could cause some damage. I would recommend putting this somewhere else. Maybe higher up on the roof on a stand, so that it's more structural,
Or on the bottom.
or put it down here. If you can get it down here, you put it down here.
Okay.
So, all right.
Huh?
Sewer line.
Yeah, they came this morning. I don't know what happened, but they came and they pumped it up,
Okay.
and they're supposed to give us certification.
Tanks and stuff. Those are new. That's a new system.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There was some GFI outlets that were not properly. They didn't trip right. So there was a couple of them that weren't, you know, even like on the outside. Like that one was working, but this one wasn't. There's another one around here. Those weren't working. So there was a couple of GFCI outlets that were not working that needed to be corrected. Let's see. You want to walk inside? Kitchen wise, no leaks that I noted. Underneath the sink, there is the piping is brass, and it goes to brass piping, and it looks like there might be some galvanized piping in the wall. All the piping where the water heater was copper, but I think some of the stub outs for the kitchen and for the bathroom over there are galvanized piping. But there's brass that comes out of the wall. Okay, oven or cooktop was working. I didn't run the ovens because there's wood stuff inside. This actually recirculates and vents back into the house, which is fine because you have a filter that works for that. There is a vent that goes all the way through, but it's not connected to anything.
So there is a vent inside.
Well, there's a vent that's set up for like an old wall heater, but it's not connected to anything. So I'm not sure exactly where it is. I want to say that it's like right around here, like right around this wall. So there may have been an old wall heater here. If they wanted to connect something to run an exhaust vent, that would work.
Okay.
That would be a good place to do an exhaust vent. Okay, so lots of new ceiling lights, recessed lights, but in the attic there's insulation that's all sitting around those lights. There's lots of insulation.
So it's fire safety.
Yeah, lots of insulation up there, but those lights need to be separated from the insulation. Carbon monoxide here. This is hardwired. This one's hardwired. But there's a lot of wires in here, so if you have to replace it, it's going to be really hard to get it back up.
It's working?
Yeah, it is working. Same thing with the carbon monoxide. The rest of the smoke detectors, these are all, the ones in here are only battery operated. They're just battery only, and they're old. So I would recommend replacing, putting new ones.
Okay.
This one sits next to a register, so it should be away from the registers. And that's about it. I do not know if this fan works. I don't see any, there's no motor here, so it's not working.
No motor?
No, there's no motor there. I mean, you could spin it yourself maybe, but that's it.
Interesting. Okay.
It's not, There's another one over there, but there's no fan on it at all. Oh, there is a motor here. It's barely working. Yeah. It's got power to it. It's just not working. This looks like it was an addition. This was added. And the only concern really is this, with this, is because the wall, there's no, it's in the same level. It feels like it's maybe just a little bit of a small curb, but the level is almost the same as with the patio covering outside, or the patio outside. All right.
Mm-hmm.
The roof-wise, roofing material. If I were to give a life to it, I'd say it's probably halfway through its life. And it does. It's not working. It does show some signs of wear and tear in various areas. And it's one layer. So if they have to redo the roof, they're gonna have to take the panels off and then put a new layer on.
Okay.
All right, let me try to lock this. I mean, it was more so in some of the other windows. I took some pictures of it.
Uh-huh.
It's just, I think what's happening is maybe they had some water gets in the tracks and leaks down here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it does have weep holes on the outside, so it should go out. But this is probably from just leaving the windows open.
I see.
I think just a little bit of moisture damage.
Okay.
But it's on this side of the house, there's more so. Around the, where the trim work was peeling off.
Uh-huh.
Like here, and over there, and this one. There's it looks like moisture damage to me. I poked around on it. It didn't break, but
I see.
it's something I would keep an eye on. I just make sure that they stay up, the trim outside stays painted and sealed up.
Sealed. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's pretty straightforward.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.